What I'm about to reveal will completely destroy everything you think you know about reality itself. And once you understand this forbidden quantum secret, there's absolutely no going back to your old powerless existence. Right now, as you're watching this video, you're unknowingly participating in the most dangerous phenomenon in the universe, and the scientific establishment has been desperately trying to hide this from you for over a century. Every single thought you're having, every emotion coursing through your body, every assumption you're making about what's possible is literally reshaping the fabric of reality around you at the quantum level. But here's the terrifying part that will shake you to your core. You've been doing this your entire life, completely unconsciously, accidentally creating exactly what you don't want, through a process so powerful that governments and corporations spend billions trying to understand and control it. The observer effect isn't just some abstract physics concept happening in sterile laboratories. It's the hidden mechanism that's been controlling every aspect of your existence since the moment you were born. When quantum physicists first discovered that consciousness could instantly change the behavior of matter just by observing it, they thought they'd broken their equipment. They ran the experiments thousands of times, but the results remained impossible to ignore. Consciousness was literally collapsing infinite possibilities into single realities through the simple act of observation. Your awareness isn't just passively watching reality unfold. It's the most sophisticated reality creation instrument in existence. More precise than any supercomputer, more powerful than any technology we've ever built. But here's what nobody tells you. Just like any delicate instrument, your consciousness needs to be properly calibrated to work correctly. And right now, your awareness has been so contaminated by mental static that you're creating chaos instead of miracles. Think of trying to tune into your favorite radio station while dozens of other frequencies bleed through. The music you want is there, but it's buried under layers of interference. The quantum field is constantly broadcasting infinite possibilities directly to you. Perfect health, unlimited abundance, deep love, creative genius. But most people can't receive these signals clearly because their awareness is clogged with unconscious static. This mental noise isn't random. It's years of accumulated conditioning, unprocessed emotions, and reactive patterns that have built up in your consciousness like dust on a camera lens. Every worry about tomorrow, every regret about yesterday, every limiting belief about what's possible acts like interference that distorts the quantum signals trying to reach you. When your consciousness is clouded this way, you're essentially trying to create your reality with broken equipment, and the results reflect that distortion. Most people's awareness has become like a compass that's been magnetized by external forces. Instead of pointing toward their authentic desires, it's constantly being pulled in random directions by fear, past trauma, and other people's expectations. When you try to navigate your life with this kind of corrupted awareness, you end up creating realities that feel chaotic, contradictory, and frustrating. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. When you learn to clear this static and calibrate your awareness properly, something extraordinary happens. You enter what I call the silent observer state, where multiple timelines become visible simultaneously. Instead of seeing just one fixed reality, you begin to perceive the quantum field as it actually is, a living ocean of infinite possibilities, all existing at once. It's like suddenly being able to see the entire electromagnetic spectrum instead of just visible light. The possibilities for love, wealth, health, and success aren't somewhere out there waiting to be created. They're right here, right now, vibrating at frequencies that your newly calibrated consciousness can finally detect. This is where the real magic begins. When you can maintain this silent observer state, you're no longer trapped in the illusion that there's only one possible future. You start to see that every moment contains countless potential realities, And your role isn't to force something into existence, but to simply witness the reality you prefer until it stabilizes in your experience. The key to this entire process is sustained witnessing without emotional reaction. This isn't about positive thinking or trying to feel good all the time. It's about learning to observe your desires and circumstances with the same neutral clarity that a scientist brings to an experiment. When you can witness without immediately judging things as good or bad, wanted or unwanted, you create perfect conditions for conscious reality selection. Here's the dangerous part that the manifestation industry doesn't want you to know. Every emotional reaction you have is essentially a vote for that reality to continue existing in your experience. When you see something you don't want and immediately feel frustrated or afraid, you're not just observing that reality, you're energetically engaging with it. Your emotional reaction creates quantum entanglement with that unwanted experience, signaling to the field that this is what you want more of. Training your awareness to observe without reacting is like learning to be a skilled documentary filmmaker. You're present, you're witnessing, you're aware of what's happening, but you're not emotionally invested in changing the scene while you're filming it. This detached awareness doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring. It means developing the emotional stability to witness clearly without being pulled into the drama. As you develop this capacity for non-reactive witnessing, you'll start noticing something extraordinary in the spaces between your thoughts. These aren't empty moments. They're actually quantum portals where infinite possibilities exist in pure potential. When your mind is constantly chattering, these gaps are so brief you miss them entirely. But as you learn to witness more skillfully, these spaces expand, and you can actually feel yourself touching the edge of the quantum field itself. The most profound shift happens when you learn to witness your desires as already existing in the quantum field. This isn't about pretending or visualizing. It's about training your perception to see beyond current physical manifestation to the quantum reality where all possibilities exist. When you can truly witness your desires as present realities rather than future goals, you create the conditions for them to collapse into physical form. Here's something that took me years to understand. When you consistently observe desired outcomes with focused awareness, you're not just hoping for change. You're literally reorganizing the quantum field around you. This is the actual mechanism by which consciousness shapes reality at the most fundamental level. Imagine the quantum field as a vast ocean with waves of possibility constantly moving through it. When you observe something once, it's like dropping a single pebble. It creates ripples, but they quickly fade. However, when you consistently observe the same desired outcome day after day with focused awareness, it's like dropping pebbles in the exact same spot repeatedly. Eventually, those ripples reinforce each other, creating standing waves that become stable and pronounced. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. A gentle daily practice of observing your desired reality will reorganize the quantum field far more effectively than sporadic bursts of intense visualization. The field responds to persistent, coherent signals, not occasional dramatic efforts. The breakthrough moment comes when your internal observation of your desired reality becomes more real to you than your current circumstances. This might sound impossible, but it's the natural result of sustained quantum observation practice. When you've been consistently witnessing your preferred reality with focused awareness, there comes a point where that inner vision feels more solid, more true, more alive than whatever you're experiencing physically. This is the manifestation tipping point, when your quantum observations carry more weight in your consciousness than your sensory perceptions. When you reach this state, physical reality has no choice but to reorganize itself to match your inner vision, because your consciousness has made that inner reality the dominant frequency, Remember, you're not separate from the quantum field. You are the field awakening to its own creative power. You don't need to chase your desires or force outcomes. You simply need to become the kind of observer who naturally collapses preferred realities into existence.